Last Thursday, police say Carlee called 911 to report a toddler walking alone on the interstate.
442 for 71. 42. 71 is going to be 459 south, mile marker 10. It's going to be a child walking on the 3-4-year-old child walking on the side of the interstate next to her. RP's going to be close by in a red Mercedes sedan with the hazards on. Child's going to be a white male wearing a white t-shirt and a diaper.
42 copy. I'm watching check.
4.
Running around the interstate as well. Can you give me a description on the child and were they southbound, walking southbound?
4. Southbound walking southbound. It was a toddler, 3-4-year-old wearing a white t-shirt and a diaper. RP arrived in a red Mercedes along with the RP's description is going to be.
She pulled over while on the phone with a family member who described hearing Carlee scream. On the scene, police found no sign of Carlee or a child, and they say no children were reported as missing during that time period.
Just be advised her vehicle is unlocked, running, all her personal belongings except for her phone.
Investigators are obviously busy on this case. What are they looking into going forward?
Right now, they're analyzing that initial 911 call and also that traffic cam video showing that car driving on the interstate very slowly with its flashers on, believed to be Carlee's.
Look at the bottom of the screen. See that flashing light? You can see Carlee's car is just slowly trickling underneath the camera right there, and it's slowly moving, and then it stops. So right now her vehicle is stopped. You see the flashing lights of her vehicle just below on the bottom part of the screen. So it's flashing, it just keeps flashing there. And it flashes there for 3 minutes. Her car does not move. So that does open up the door for the original story where she says that she pulled over and there was a child there and there was a scream and something may have happened to her. And then one of the people who abducted her could have got into her vehicle and drove the vehicle to mile marker 11.4. They got out and they ran through the woods into that neighborhood.
If you notice right here, the tree line, it's pretty narrow, but big enough to hide somebody. But behind it, what do you see? As far as you can see, it is a ton of residences. People need to start checking Ring cameras if you live in that area.
Because maybe the original kidnappers are in that neighborhood themselves. Okay, I'm just throwing it out there as a possible theory. It does put more weight into the original theory, the fact that her car is sitting there for 3 minutes. Notice it's still blinking down there at the bottom of the screen. So I'll just fast forward a little bit to, this is when her 911 call was made. So her car is parked with the lights blinking below the camera. Okay, then she called home apparently at 9:36, and again, her car is still parked there. And then you hear a scream and so forth, and then right after the scream, apparently, her vehicle moves forward 0.4 miles and pulls over to the side of the road at mile marker 11.4. So we'll see that shortly.
She was talking to our son's girlfriend on the phone. She told her that it looks like there's a little child on the side of the road that looks like a small toddler. And she told her, don't get out the car. And she said, I'm going to pull over and call 911 or call 911. She called, put her on hold, called 911, and she clicked back over and told her that 911 was, or that the police were on the way. And the next thing our son's girlfriend heard was Carlee asking the child if they were okay. So she evidently got out the car.
So her vehicle's still, and very soon it's going to pull forward. There it goes, slowly. This is real speed, by the way. It's just the angle of the camera makes the vehicles appear slow. So there goes her vehicle down the road. And I think it gets around in that area about 9:37. I don't have the exact number in my head, so let's see what happens. It's passing the McDonald's sign area right now, and then pulling up very close to mile marker 11.4 at 9:37 and 14 seconds it stops. Very shortly after that, you see a car door open, an individual get out, go behind the vehicle, and stand there. And you can see them on the back right of the vehicle. Looks like they sort of crouch down, doing something. Don't really know for sure.
So she evidently got out the car. She asked the child if they were okay maybe 2 or 3 times. She didn't hear a response from a child on the other end, and she did hear a scream, and then she could tell there was maybe some type of shuffling, and the phone dropped to the ground, and from there all she could hear was background noise. By that time she was coming into the room to alert myself and my son what had just transpired. She kept the line open, she didn't hang up. I was yelling Carlee's name, we were all yelling Carlee's name. I picked up my phone to call Carlee's phone, even though I knew that line was open with our son's girlfriend. It was just like I just felt, I felt I needed to try to do something to try to reach her since she wasn't answering us when we were calling her name, and all we could just hear was like background noise. And from there, I came and got my husband from the bedroom and told him a brief synopsis of what had just transpired. We needed to throw on some clothes and go to her location. We do share our location through Life 360. And so it was pinging that she was at a particular street. However, when we got there, we did not see her car. And what we realized once the police came to where we were is that because her car was on the interstate, it was pinging at the street we went to because that street was right behind and below that interstate 459.
So that looks like the individual might be still moving around there. But then right there, right around this time frame, like 9:38:05 or 6, it looks like they headed off to the right. But interestingly, then later, there appears to be sort of this, like right there, a shape in the background there. But I don't know if that's just camera pixelation or what that is. I can't tell anymore. Earlier, you could see the individual there. But it looks like right around this time frame, they take off. And there's no more person standing around. I mean, we can wait until I have this video going until the police show up.
Of course, they're looking at the evidence from the crime scene, including the car and her cell phone, which was found on the roadway nearby.
This is allegedly Carlee's car right here on the right-hand side on the shoulder of the interstate. And as you guys can see, like, she was on this shoulder for a long time until she drives all the way up here by this next marker. And this is where she stops her car. Okay, so now I'm just going to zoom in closer, and I'm going to tell y'all what I see. Y'all let me know if you see something different. The first thing I notice is I do not see a little one walking around out there. But right about now, I see what looks like the driver's side door of her car open, and it looks like somebody goes around the back to the passenger side and opens the door.
She's a gossip, bubbly personality, loving heart, giving, just joyful in nature.
She's a fighter too. She's joyful and she's laid back, but if it's a chance for her to put up a fight to try to save her life, she's going to do everything she can to put up a fight. And I was telling my husband and I were talking today, she was just so happy, or yesterday, she was just so happy all the way up until I talked to her at 9:19. She was just so happy. And anybody that knows our daughter knows she loves food. And the fact that she was willing to give me her meal because they left her meal off meant a lot to me. And when she got home, I was going to give her a big hug and tell her thank you because I know you love your food.
There are some famous TikTok truckers. Tag them.
The Carlee Russell case. Here we go again. Here's a comment about it, guys.
The other thing that we need to do is do everything we can to get Carlee videos over to Trucker Talk, because there is somebody who's going to know somebody who had that route, who was there that night, that might have seen something.
Can anybody tell what that green flashing light is? This is the interstate where Carlee Russell went missing.
Shots of when Carlee pulled over, I can clearly see a toddler walking. I've circled those for you. In addition, here at the end, it looks to me like there's a car backing up out of the woods.
Her brother speaks, says some great things. All I can say is she has a strong family. This young man has a great message.
My sister, Carlee Russell, is missing. My sister was traveling on I-459 after leaving work. She spotted a toddler and she stopped to render aid, as any decent human being with a heart would do. She contacted 911 as she's been taught, and then she spoke with another one of our family members. My family member hears a scream, and then my sister vanishes. My sister, Carlee Russell, is missing.
This man lied and said that Carlee Russell was his sister, and then deleted the video when he got called out, and then updated the video by saying, "My sister in Christ."
Update on our sister in Christ. Our sister in Christ. Our sister in Christ, because we all are brothers and sisters in Christ.
Boy, if you don't...
My intention was simply to spread Carlee Russell's story and to deliver it in a way that was compelling and that humanized her. That was my intention. It's never my intention to mislead people. It's never my intention. Her car and belongings were all left at the scene. We have no idea where she is. My sister has been missing since July the 13th. My sister, Carlee Russell.
He knew exactly what he was doing. He knew exactly what he was doing so that people could follow him.
This man gained 70,000 followers.
And try to keep up with updates, knowing that they will never actually get any because he doesn't know this woman.
Police say that they have been able to account for all of her steps leading up to her disappearance, but those 48 hours when she was gone still remain a mystery. You also said your daughter is a fighter and she would find a way back to you.
I felt that in my heart.
Is that what happened?
She did. She found her way back to us. However, we can't discuss the details of that.
That moment you all first laid eyes on her again, what was it like?
To me, I mean, just so much joy.
The parents of 25-year-old Carlee Russell are speaking out, describing the moment their daughter appeared on their doorstep after being missing for more than 48 hours.
What did you do when you saw her?
We tried to hug her as best we could, but I had to stand back because she was not in a good state. So we had to stand back and let medical professionals work with her. Carlee has given detectives her statement so that they can continue to pursue her abductor.
Do you believe that there's an abductor still out there?
Absolutely. 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 Absolutely.
You believe she was fighting for her life?
Oh, she definitely fought for her life. There were moments when she physically had to fight for her life, and there were moments when she had to mentally fight for her life.
But she made it back to you.
She made it back.
There are people online saying that this whole situation was fake.
But I am telling you right now, that motherfucker back there is not real.
My name is Carlee Russell, and my crazy ass faked my own abduction.
But they say speculation about the circumstances surrounding Carlee's disappearance are only making things worse.
She's having to deal with the trauma of people just making completely false allegations about her.
My crazy ass lied about getting kidnapped and had the whole world looking for my dumbass for 48 hours. Why did I do this shit? I don't even know my damn self.
Her family now urging the public to let the investigation play out, but mentioning an abductor.
It all started just after 9:30 p.m. when I was driving down the highway coming from work. As I drove, I saw what appeared to be a leprechaun walking down the highway eating Lucky Charms. Nearby video surveillance shows my ass pulling over with my hazards on, but there was no damn child anywhere near the damn car. I must have seen a damn ghost or some shit. I then called 911 and a family member to tell them about the shadow I just seen. While on the phone, I fakingly asked the made-up child multiple times if they were okay. But to no damn surprise, the made-up motherfucker didn't respond. I was fully in character at this fucking point. My crazy ass let out a fake scream for the family member to hear. The plan was to get them to think someone or something snatched my lil ass up and for them to tell the police about it. When the police finally arrived, my ass did a disappearing act like the wig on my head. I even left all my shit in my car to make the shit more believable. Days went by till I came back home to my mama house standing on her porch looking like a lost fucking puppy that got out the gate. They then took me to the UAB hospital where I got down there and played crazy. More evidence even shows I planned the shit. I had a list of problems that I tried escaping from. I had an alleged drug problem off them perkies. I was failing the fuck out of nursing school and even stole shit from my job earlier that day. Now keep in mind, all this shit is still alleged and the investigation is still open, but right now my ass is looking crazy, fam.
Quickly rallied multiple partner agencies, stopping at nothing
to find Carlee. The days have gone on and more information has been shared. We know everyone has questions. For that reason, we did not feel comfortable speaking in detail with you until now. It is important that we share this information now so that our community can be put at ease.
The public interest, in some cases, public fear that this story has generated, we owe it to our citizens to tell them the facts that we have uncovered. So I will give you the facts that we know today. On July 13th, at approximately 8:20 p.m., Carlee left work for a business at the Summit. Surveillance video from her place of employment shows Carlee concealed a dark-colored bathrobe, a roll of toilet paper, and other items belonging to the business prior to her departure. She ordered food from Tzatziki's at the Colonnade and traveled there. She then traveled to Target on 280, where she purchased some granola bars and Cheez-Its. From there, she remained in the parking lot at that shopping center until 9:21 p.m. when she drove to I-459. Carlee communicated on her cell phone with individuals known to her while on her path of travel, up to the point of calling 911 at 9:34 p.m. And at this time, we will play the 911 call in its entirety.
There is a kid just walking by themselves. Oh, hold on. Where are you? I'm right next to the exit 10 by the cover bed, like you got my exit. Okay, here before the exit? Yes. Okay, were you headed southbound or northbound? Okay, what's 428? Towards Tuscaloosa. Okay, and was the child on the left or right side? On the right side. Were they walking northbound or southbound? They're walking towards Tuscaloosa. Walking southbound. Or how long they look? Like a father, like, did he like 3 or 4? Did you go on the window? Are you still with them? Are you with the child right now? Oh, I'm not the father. Do you mind saying anything about what you said? Yeah. What are you in? I'm going to never say this. Did you talk to anything? No. Do they look like they're injured? No, they don't. I mean, one type of Asian. Is it male or female? I think it's a little boy. Male? Okay, so he's wearing clothes? Yes. What is he wearing?
Is it a male or female? She thinks it's a boy. What is she wearing, or what is he wearing? That's what the question is.
You don't see any cars anywhere? No cars anywhere. Okay. All right. What's your name? My name is Carlee Russell. You don't do much off the market, right? No, I can't really see that I did. Okay, try to keep it on the food, but no, she doesn't. You can't really see that. Look. Okay. All right. Just try to say,
Relative after speaking with the 911 operator. She went missing during that conversation sometime after 9:36 p.m. Traffic camera footage depicted this portion of the incident. That footage was identified as part of the investigation in conjunction with the 911 call and cell phone data to accurately determine the time frame. Carlee's 911 call remains the only report of a child on the interstate, despite numerous vehicles passing through the area at that time. No one has called the child is missing, and the police department did not locate any evidence of a small child walking down the interstate. Data from Carlee's phone, including her Life 360 app, shows that she traveled approximately 600 yards in a vehicle while she was on the phone with 911, stating that she was following a child. 600 yards. That is 6 football fields straight. The Hoover 911 Center received a second call from Carlee's mother, stating that a relative was on the phone with her when they heard Carlee scream, and then they had an open phone line. Hoover police officers arrived on the scene within 5 minutes of being dispatched. Several other officers arrived shortly. They located Carlee's wig and cell phone in the grass near the vehicle. Her purse was located in the front seat of her vehicle with her Apple Watch in the purse. The food she ordered for Tzatziki's was also in the car. The items she purchased from Target, as well as the items taken from her place of employment, were not in the vehicle, nor were they located anywhere around the scene. At 10:44 p.m. on July 15th, Hoover 911 Center receives a call from Carlee's residence stating that she returned home on foot. In subsequent investigations, detectives obtained surveillance footage of Carlee walking down the sidewalk alone prior to arrival at her residence. She was conscious and speaking with paramedics when she was transported to UAB. Detectives were able to obtain a brief statement from her prior to being treated and released. During the statement, she told detectives that while driving down the interstate, she saw a baby walking down the side of the road and called 911. She stated when she got out of her vehicle to check on the child, a man came out of the trees and mumbled that he was checking on the baby. She claimed that the man then picked her up and she screamed. He stated he then had to go over a fence. She claimed he then forced her into a car. And the next thing she remembers is being in the trailer of an 18-wheeler. She stated the male was a female. However, she never saw the female, only hearing her voice. She also told detectives she could hear a baby crying. She told detectives the male had orange hair with a spot on the back. She said she was able to escape the 18-wheeler and fled on foot, only to be captured again and then put in the car. She claimed she was then blindfolded but was not tied up because the captor said they did not want to put questions on her wrists. She said that they took her into a house and made her get undressed. She believes they took pictures of her, but she did not remember them having any physical or sexual contact. She stated the next day she woke up and was fed cheese crackers by the female. She said the woman also played with her hair but could not remember anything else. At some point, she was put back in the vehicle. she claims was able to escape while it was in the West Hoover area. She told detectives she ran through lots of woods until she came out near her residence. During this interview, detectives noted that Carlee had a small injury to her lip, and she claimed that her head was hurting. She also had a tear in her throat. Detectives also noted that she had $107 cash in her right sock. Out of respect for Carlee and her family, detectives did not press for additional information in this interview, and made plans to speak with her in detail after giving her time to rest. Detectives continue analyzing data from Carlee's cell phone and left behind the scene. We enlisted the help of the United States Secret Service in conducting this analysis. Part of what data includes several internet searches in the days leading up to her disappearance that I think are very relevant to this case. On July 11th at 7:30 a.m., the term, "You have to pay for an Amber Alert" was searched. On July 13th at 1:03 a.m., the day of her disappearance, the term, "How to take money from a register without being caught" was searched. On July 13th at 2:13 a.m., the day of her disappearance, the term "Birmingham Bus Station" was searched. On July 13th, 2:35 a.m., a search for a one-way bus ticket from Birmingham to Nashville was conducted with the departure date of July 13th. July 13th at 12:10 p.m., a search for the movie Taken, a film about abduction, was conducted.
Good movie.
There were 2 searches related to Amber Alerts on a computer at Carlee's place of employment, including one regarding the maximum age of an Amber Alert.
Oh my God.
There were other searches on Carlee's phone that appeared to shed some light on her mindset, but out of respect for her privacy, we will not be releasing the content of those searches at this time. We've asked to interview Carlee a second time, but have not been granted that request. As you can see, there are many questions left to be answered, and only Carlee can provide those answers.
Listen, there's going to be a lot of you people out there that aren't going to agree with what I've got to say right now, but I don't care, okay? I just don't care. There's no mental issues here, okay? Unless you want to call a narcissist having a mental issue, okay? What this young lady did, and I'm using the term young lady very lightly, okay? This was a premeditated act on her part, okay? There's no mental breakdown. There's none of that bullshit. Days and days earlier, her Google searches, first off, how dumb can you be? You left your freaking phone behind. They find everything. There's no hiding anything that you do on your phone, on your laptop, nowhere. How could you not know they were going to find this shit out? That's number one. You Googled Amber Alerts. You Google, do you pay for Amber Alerts? Oh my God, that to me is someone of a sane person. Because you know why she did that? Because when the truth eventually was going to come out, guess who's going to pay for that? Your mommy and daddy, Carlee. Oh wait, no, you're 25. You're an adult. You're responsible. But how you going to, now this all is making sense. From the rumors stating she was fired from her job the day she went missing. You stole a fucking bathrobe? Money? And God knows why you took toilet paper, but okay, whatever. And you Googled how to steal money from a cash register without getting caught? People, do you understand? This was premeditated. There's nothing wrong with her mentally. Nothing. Why she did it, I don't have a clue. Attention? Well, gee, maybe the people out there on Twitter, on Instagram, on TikTok, and every other freaking social media thing that's out there, they posted a text message supposedly from her to a stripper because her boyfriend broke up with her because he was going out with a stripper. Was this to gain attention, to get the boyfriend back? I don't know. But what I do know is she purposely did this. She got a community up in so much fear. Number one, thinking that there's somebody out there. I'm not in that community. I'm in Florida. But I'm thinking that there's some crazy, sadistic people out there using children as bait to abduct a woman for human trafficking. That's where my mind went at first, okay? This is a hoax. She perpetrated a hoax. There was no kidnapper, and she had a community in fear for their own children. I mean, and my God, I don't want to bring race into this, but I respectfully disagree with you, Lewis. This is Jussie Smollett all over again, okay? She said the abductor was a white man with orange hair.
It was Trump.
Well, look, what she did was wrong. And anybody out there that wants to disagree with me, fine. Everybody's entitled to their opinions. Opinions are like assholes. Everybody has one. I'm sorry, Lewis. I'm upset. I'm laughing now because I want to break things. I am so angry with this woman, and I'm even angrier with her parents. To get on national television yesterday and perpetrate this hoax, shame on you. Shame, shame, shame on you. You put your entire community in fear. In fear. Shame. Lewis, this is so upsetting. And Google taken? Seriously? I mean, come on. Come on. She prepared all of this. She had to make sure she had a fucking blanket, a bathrobe to wrap around her. I'm wondering if she was in that Red Roof Inn the whole time.
Police found no sign of Carlee or a child, and they say no children were reported as missing during that time period. The Russells waited in agony until Saturday night.
There were actually just so many calls and texts from people who maliciously lied to us. I just didn't know people could be so evil.
Authorities have not indicated where Carlee was during the 48 hours she was missing or what happened. Her parents declined to share what their daughter told them, citing the ongoing investigation.
And can you tell me what happened Saturday night? Did you just get a knock at the door?
Anything leading to the case itself, we can't discuss. She has given detectives her statement so that they can continue to pursue her abductor.